I always tell our story and begin with, our story began on a boat. It's because my family and I escaped Vietnam on a small boat, 45 by 15, with 55 people on board, which I was the youngest on that vessel. We came to the U.S. on the East Coast. Growing up during the 80s and 90s, it wasn't as welcoming as you expect for Vietnamese refugees. But you know, we adjusted, we made it. Some of us have to learn to assimilate. And for me, that was a bit of a struggle, going to school, going through my adolescent years. I got involved in gangs and drugs, the drug trade of the early 80s and 90s, and eventually landed in prison for a first-degree murder conviction. At the age of 18, most of my friends that graduated high school, I walked through the maximum security prison of Lansing Correctional Facility.
Wow.
But that really wasn't the end of it. I began to mimic a lot of that life. I was on the streets in prison, and it got me into a lot of trouble. But eventually, I wanted to make a change, to live better and be better. And thankfully, in 2011, on summer solstice, June 21st, I was released as the first parole hearing, the first lifer with a murder conviction to be released on the day that I was parole eligible. And after that, I went back to college, and I went to a school in the middle of nowhere in Kansas and received my conceptual design degree. And the largest ad agency in the world came calling and recruited me to this city that we live in now, Chicago.
Wow.